Why do two people with similar intelligence, similar resources, and similar opportunities end up with completely different lives? And why does one person seem to move forward with momentum while another stays stuck in cycles that never break? I'm Justin Kaiser, co-founder and CEO of Empire Franchising. And after 24 years of building businesses, scaling franchise systems, structuring equity deals, and navigating both expansion and collapse cycles, I can tell you there's a hidden law that determines your results. And most people never realize it exists. They think results come from effort alone, or strategy, or timing. And while those matter, they're not the primary driver. The hidden law is this: you don't experience what you want. You experience what you believe is natural for you. Not what you hope for, not what you wish for, what you accept as normal. Neville Goddard wrote, "A man's assumptions, conscious or unconscious, direct all thought and action to their fulfillment." That means your assumptions are not passive, they're directive. They instruct your subconscious mind what to build, and your subconscious mind is constantly executing. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This was from Think and Grow Rich. Again, the emphasis is not on wishing, but believing. Belief is acceptance. Belief is normalization. Belief is identity stabilized into certainty. And I've seen this law play out repeatedly in my own life and in franchising. I've watched founders enter the same exact growth phase, same opportunity, same lead flow, same economic conditions, and one expands to 50 locations, while another stalls out at 5. And the difference is not intelligence, it's not effort, it's what each founder sees as natural. One sees national expansion as inevitable, the other sees survival as the goal. Your nervous system is always going to protect what it believes is normal. If expansion feels unnatural, you will unconsciously resist it. You will delay decisions. You'll hesitate at critical moments. You'll overanalyze opportunities because your subconscious mind is trying to preserve your identity stability. Earl Nightingale said, "We become what we think about." That's just not motivational poetry. It's an operational law. Your dominant thoughts become your dominant identity, and your identity becomes your dominant results. Because identity drives behavior automatically. You don't have to force yourself to act consistently with who you believe you are. It happens naturally. For example, when I made the transition from building individual businesses to building a franchising platform designed to own equity across multiple brands, nothing changed externally at first. But internally, I stopped thinking like an operator and started thinking like an architect. And that changed everything. My decisions became long-term. My conversations became strategic. My standards elevated, and opportunities that were previously invisible became obvious. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, "You'll see it when you believe it, not the other way around." Most people are waiting to see evidence before they believe, but the hidden law works in reverse. Belief filters perception. Perception filters opportunity. Opportunity filters outcome. This is why two people can stand in the same room and walk away with completely different futures. One sees possibility, the other sees limitation. And both are correct according to their internal model. But here's the deeper truth. Effort alone can't override identity. You can temporarily force yourself to act outside your identity, but eventually your nervous system will pull you back to what feels familiar. This is why people experience cycles: progress followed by regression, expansion followed by contraction, success followed by self-sabotage, because their external behavior temporarily exceeded their internal identity. Identity always wins long-term. And this is why the hidden law is not about what you do occasionally. It's about who you are consistently. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Over time, your repeated internal patterns stain your identity, and your identity becomes the blueprint your life builds from. When you understand this, you stop focusing only on strategy and start focusing on internal calibration. you begin asking different questions, not just what actions produce results, but what internal state produces these actions naturally. Because the most powerful position in business and in life is when the actions required for success feel normal, not forced, not exhausting, not unnatural, normal. Inevitability is simply identity stabilized. When something feels inevitable, you stop negotiating with doubt. You stop questioning your direction. You stop seeking permission, and your mind begins solving problems automatically because the outcome has already been accepted internally. I've personally experienced this when building empire franchising. There was a moment where I stopped hoping it would work and started knowing it would work. And that shift changed my behavior immediately. I became more decisive, more selective, more patient, more focused on infrastructure instead of short-term validation. And the results followed. Not instantly, but inevitably, because my behavior changed. And my behavior changing caused my identity to change. This is a hidden law. Your life expands to the level that you allow yourself to feel natural at, and no further. If you want different results, you must deliberately raise what feels normal. You do that by exposing yourself to higher standards, higher expectations, higher environments, and by consistently acting in alignment with the identity that you're building. Not perfectly, but persistently. So here's the challenge I'm going to leave you with. Stop measuring your progress only by external results and start measuring it by internal normalization. What feels natural for you that didn't feel natural a year ago? What level of thinking, what level of decision making, what level of standards have become normal? Because that is the real indicator of future results. The hidden law, it's always operating. Whether you realize it or not, you're always manifesting. And when you align with it consciously, you stop chasing outcomes and start becoming the person outcomes are drawn to. Now, if this message resonated with you, subscribe, follow our journey, and most importantly, decide what level of life is normal for you now. Because your results always rise to meet that decision.